Yo, what is up, my fallopian tubers? Cesario from the barrio coming back at you with another video for your butt. Squeeze those nalguitas. And man, I am a little tipsy. I am a little drunk. I am a little high. So I might babble a lot in this video. But I want to start a new series called SPs and LPs. SPs meaning short prints, and LPs, talking about albums. So Dustin and Blake have done something similar to this called KPs and LPs, where he shows off his Kirby Puckets, KPs, and his albums. Because he also collects albums, and so do I, if you guys don't know. I don't collect them. They call you a collector if you have a collection of them, but I mean, really, I just amassed them because I bought them because I wanted them, and I'll tell you the story behind that. Man, a long time ago, when I used to work at this place called Billy Dreams, I invited all my workers to my house to have poker night, and they had my kids at the table, like helping them sort their money and stuff, and helping them out. And we were listening to music, man. I used to listen to rap music in those days. And I had a song by NWA called I'd Rather F You On. And my kids were singing the lyrics. There's a spot in the song where it's like, lick it all, yeah. And my daughter and my son, who at the time were like, man, I don't know, 5 and 8 years old, were singing, and they were like, whoa, Caesar, hey, hi, why do you kids know this? And like the stuff they were singing. And I had never thought about it as a parent. Never clicked in my head. So from that point on, I stopped listening to rap music around my kids, man. Basically until they were like, almost at the end of high school. So I got heavily back into classic rock. So I switched my tune from around them. And for that period when my kids were younger, I got back into classic rock. I listened to heavy metal in the early 80s. I had my friend Sammy, his brothers were older. And when we used to go to his house, they would listen to nothing but Kiss, AC/DC, and I got into it, you know what I mean? So I was heavily influenced, to heavy metal and classic rock by my friend's older brothers at that time. So that would explain to you, like, my record collection, kind of what I have. So I already had records when I was a kid. I didn't have that many. But from that point on, I would love going to yard sales and antique shops, and I would buy records. All right. And I would listen to mostly records. I had a record player. So that's how I got into, that's how my kind of amassed my record collection, I guess, if you want to say. All right. So that explains it. And so like I said, Dustin and Blake, they had the KPs and LPs. And so it might sound like I'm ripping them off. And I'm not ripping them off. Actually, a long time ago, I had a mail day video. And with each card that I got in my mail day, I put a different album in the back. And actually, Dustin reached out to me, and he said, hey, is it cool if I steal your idea? And I want to do, the series KPs and LPs. I was like, dude, go ahead. I always kind of don't get it when people ask me for permission to do things that I do on my videos. Like, I've had people, hey, is it cool if I say so Chinese? Is it cool if I do this? Cool if I do a mail day with the bells? Like, dude, go ahead. It's a free country, dude. I'm not too much into that cultural appropriation or like improving in ideas, dude. That's what makes America great. Man, I'm drunk. So like, yeah, go ahead, dude. I love it. I love it. But anyways, I'm going to start this KPs and LPs thing, and one of the things, yeah, like I said, man, I'm drinking. I'm drunk already. I watched Nate's video of care package that I sent him. I sent him a card, and so he was talking about how he's in a lot of Barry Bonds groups, and he kind of gets a little slack for having Dodger fans as his friends. As like, and I don't get that either. And one of the things I want to say is like, this is an honorable mention. What I want to do today is I want to do short prints of 10 or less, like numbered up to 10 or less. All right. So this is an honorable mention. This is numbered 11 out of 10. It's not focused. Well, oh, it's 18, not 10. I'm blind. 11 out of 10. So I kind of into that thing. I remember I one of my first people I super collected was Giancarlo Stanton. I wouldn't call it super collect, but Giancarlo Stanton, and he was on the Marlins most of his career at that time. And then when he got traded to the Yankees, or he signed with the Yankees, you don't know. I got so many texts and emails like, "What are you gonna do now that Giancarlo's on the Yankees? Are you still gonna collect him?" I was like, yeah, why not? Why would I stop collecting him because he's a Yankee? You know what I mean? That question kind of didn't make sense to me. And it's kind of the thing with Nate. Like, why can't I be friends with the guy who's a Dodger fan? But anyways, check out Nate's video. Nate Dog. All right, Tops 85401 here. All right, so let's just start this. I'm babbling on. Oh my Lord. We're already like at 6 minutes and I haven't even started this SPs and LPs. Alright, so first card I'm going to show, I just showed this a couple videos ago, is this Bryce Harper. Like I said, I'm going to try to start with cards under 10. So I was going through a couple of boxes, and then I went through a couple of boxes and I found so many cards that I had numbered to 10. But I want to try to do like 5 or 6 albums at a time. But this one is a 3 of 3. Alright. 3 of 3 short print Bryce Harper red gold label autograph with the blue ink. Alright. And the album I'm going to complement that with this is a reprint. It's not the original. The Beatles, Yesterday and Today. So this cover is known as the Butcher album. Alright, the Butcher cover. So when the Beatles originally put out this album, this was the cover on it. And man, it was like days or a week before its release when Capitol Records executives actually saw the cover and they're like, whoa, 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 we can't release this. We can't do that. So what happened is they replaced the cover with the sticker because they were already printed out, however many thousands of records they had printed out. They put a new sticker over this album, the original album. So now the only way you could get this cover is like, so imagine this is underneath every original record, but it has a sticker on it. So there's this guys that mastered how to remove the new sticker, the new album cover sticker that replaces this, and remove it, because a lot of people try to remove it on their own, because almost every original album just has a sticker over actually this album. So when they try to remove it, just like baseball cards, you know, like people complain about top loaders and tape and all that, you get paper loss and you ruin the album. But there's supposedly these guys that have mastered, they know exactly how to remove the sticker to reveal this cover. And it's just like card collecting. If you remove the old sticker that's covering this picture and you ruin it, your album is worth a little bit of money. But if you can remove it perfectly without damaging this cover, your album is worth a lot of money. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. The Beatles, man, baby, you can drive my car. This is a great album. Dr. Roberts, you know, great album. But that's the kind of the gist about this album. Now this is a reprint. I paid $100 for this reprint, which is a lot for a reprint, but the original. But as a great big Beatles fan, I had to have this. My friend Jerome, Yankees card collector, he had a giveaway video. We had to do a video response of talking if you were deserted on an island and you could only listen to one band, which would it be? He was really surprised when I chose the Beatles. I said, you know what? Led Zeppelin is my favorite band of all time. But if you're talking about I'm on an island by myself forever and I can only listen to one band, I chose the Beatles because they talk about life. You know what I mean? The Beatles have so many reflections of so many parts about life that that's what I would want to listen to for the rest of my life if I was stuck in an island. Alright, I shouldn't have took it out and revealed this one. But The Van Halen album, man. Look at this LP. When I was a kid, 84, man, this was blasphemy back then. Having an angel, a little kid angel smoking cigarettes. What? You know what I mean? Oh, man. Love this. This is like one of my favorite album covers of all time because I just remember it as a kid. Like, whoa, how big of a thing it was. And this one, 1984. Great album. Some of the tracks in the words. Hot for Teacher, one of the best videos of all time. Hot for Teacher. And then, man, you got 1984 Jump. Might as well jump. Well, that was a big thing because everybody had heard that Eddie Van Halen was gonna play the keyboards. Panama. So at this time, when I was listening to my records all the time, and my kids, of course, they had to listen to what I was playing. They grew up, man, loving Panama, Jump. And I remember my daughter one time, like when she got older, after listening to Panama her whole life, she's like, so what exactly is that song Panama about? I said, it's about his car. She, because there's so many sexual innuendos in it. So pairing up with that card, I got this Don Manley, numbered out of 10. So the way I pick these cards is I'm going by the number right now, the, higher. So the other one was a 3 and this is a 3. Don Manley. Man, I love this guy in the 80s. Couldn't get enough of him, man. So, got these 3 relics, a bat and 2 pieces of jerseys. Sicko! Alright, so the next card I got is 5 out of 10. A Miguel Cabrera. Sick out of 10. So, my SP and the LP that's going to go with that one is AC/DC. Man, Highway to Hell. One of the great albums, man. Highway to Hell. Look at that. He's got the horns, man. Oh, me so horny. Me so horny. All right. And so look at this. Is such a great. Got so many great songs on here. And then the singer Bon Scott, who was on the vocals, who just tore it up on his album, man. I don't remember if it was like 6 months or 8 months later after releasing this album. Unfortunately, died of alcohol poisoning. I mean, rock and roll life forever, so many of the great rock and rollers die of alcohol poisoning. I think Janis Joplin did, like Jimi Hendrix. I mean, so many greats did. That's the rock and roll way to go. But man, AC/DC, Highway to Hell, sweet album right there. All right. And so the next card, next SP I'm going to show is the Stan Musial. And this one is 7 out of 10. But look at those jersey pieces right there. You can see the red and the white right there. Sicko! So this is my short print SP. Alright. From Flawless. Sicko. Alright, so the next album I'm going to show with that is this Led Zeppelin. This is a soundtrack from a movie called The Song Remains the Same. And I have this movie on DVD, The Song Remains the Same. So when you look at this album right here on the inside, it has a bunch of pictures from the movie. Like most of these pictures are from inside the movie. It's pretty you really have to be a Led Zeppelin fan to appreciate the movie itself. It's pretty sweet. Man, Jimmy Page, one of the greatest guitarists ever. You got Bonham, one of the greatest drummers of all time, man. Moby Dick, he just kills it on the drums, dude. Kills it on the drums. Whoa, almost dropped my beer there. But Led Zeppelin, dude, the song remains the same. Gonna pair that up with my Stan Musial. Man, I love that Swan song. I have a skateboard. I have a skateboard with this emblem on it. Man, maybe I should go find that and show that. But man, I love me some Led Zeppelin. Like I said, probably my favorite band of all time. Look at that, Moby Dick, Whole Lot of Love, Rock, man, just fire, Holmes, fire. All right. So my next SP, like I said, I was trying to find cards under 10. I found so many, but I try to limit them. This 9 out of 10 Mickey Mantle with a piece of his underwear, a piece of his pants, a piece of his jersey, and a piece of his bat. Sicko. This is such a sick card, dude. I got this so long ago, it was dirt cheap. But man, look at that SP. Man, sicko. Alright. So to go with that SP, my LP is John Fogerty, center field. Put me in, coach. Look at that glove. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's that old glove right there. And then the back. So sweet, man. Look at that. That reminds me of Satchel Paige's hat. Look at that Yankee there. But I actually made a video response video giveaway where you had to watch this video and tell me a couple of things about it a long time ago. But John Fogerty, this song, man, it just gets me pumped the hell up for baseball. Pump me up for baseball, man. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. I can be center field. Man, this song just spits baseball. All right. So the last SP I'm going to show is this Mickey Mantle 10 out of 10 bookend. All right. Now this is the diamond. That's a diamond right there, folks. All right. A flawless. Sicko. Sicko. All right. So that's my SP. Short printing out of 10. Flawless Mickey Mantle. Legends. All right. So the last album we're going to end this with is Creedence Gold. All right. So this is basically the Creedence Clearwater's best hits. All right. Man, like, and this seriously has a bunch of great hits. Proud Mary, keep on burning down on the corner, the howdy in the streets. Who? There's, man, Bad Moon Rising reminds me of Cheech and Chong because he always says, hey, I'm a Cancer with the Bad Moon Rising. Heard it through the grapevines done by so many people. The Midnight Special, have you ever seen? Man, Born on the Bayou, Susie Q. Man, such great song. Like this song, this album right here is like one of the things that I take away a lot from it is my uncles in Mexico. Whatever, you know, I used to spend most of my summers in Mexico because my parents would send me in the summer to Mexico to live there because they couldn't afford babysitting and there was no school. So I would go live in Mexico and I would spend my days at my uncle's tire shop. You know, while they went to work, they would take me with them and I would be working with them at the tire shop. And they listened to a lot of Creedence Clearwater, and they did not speak a lick of English. All right, they couldn't speak English, but they could sing every single Clearwater song. You know, I remember like I was a big Michael Jackson fan in the 80s also, and that's one thing I remember was when I would watch footage of Michael Jackson in Japan. All these people that couldn't speak English could sing the song, Michael Jackson songs in English. Same thing with my uncles. They couldn't speak English, but they could sing every Creedence Clearwater song in English. Oh my Lord, we're at 19 minutes. Wow. But there you go, guys. Let me know what you think, man. Should I keep this series going? SPs and LPs. Shout out to Dustin and Blake. Love the hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards forever. As a man, I babble on when I talk about cards and music. I could go on forever, Esther. Ciao! Love the hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards forever, Esther.